And continuing. I see. Once again, the pistol sounds, and once again, Emi flies off the block. The thumping sound draws my attention away from the race. It's Rin's foot. She seems completely absorbed in the race. Emi's mother cheers again, and I assume that the race is over. Excuse me. Excuse me again. Sprints don't seem to me like they'd take very long to complete. Your foot. Huh? Your foot was bouncing on the bleachers. Oh. You seem pretty into this stuff. I'm surprised. Rin looks at me quizzically. Why wouldn't I be? No reason. I just thought stuff like sports wouldn't interest you. Suppose you're right. It's not that interesting. But I'm watching Emi, not the sport. I don't follow. Emi is the most Emi when she runs. You don't get to see Emi at her Emiest very often. But here, you can. See? She directs my attention towards the track again, where the 100-meter dash is about to start. I watch Emi closely. As she gets onto the starter blocks, her whole body seems to relax, but it's a false relaxation. I can see that she's actually like a coiled spring. As the starter tells everyone to get set, her head snaps up and her eyes narrow slightly. She's like, yeah, let's do this shit, let's do this. Oh my god, save me, motherfucker. Skibbity-bobbity-boo. Her mouth curls upwards in what could be a grin and could be a growl. I thought that says scowl. When the pistol goes off, it's as if she's been unleashed from a cage, like she was always moving at this blinding speed. But we couldn't see it happening until the starter's pistol dispelled the illusion of motionlessness. It's all over in a few seconds, but in those few seconds, I feel like I just witnessed something very personal for Emi. As soon as she crossed the finish line, the fierce look was replaced by her normal grin. The conquering general returning to his farm. Amazing. She's really amazing. I've never seen anyone move that fast. Well, don't look at me. I'm far too relaxed to run that fast. No, I think Emi's prowess all came from her father's side. At the mention of Emi's father, Miss Ibarazaki looks wistful, almost sad. He got her into running, you know. There's something on my screen. Yeah, she told me. I'm uncertain as whether or not it would be rude of me to ask after Emi's father, but after that look on her face a few days ago, I feel compelled to ask. Where is her father now, if I might ask? Emi's mother hesitates, clearly not willing to answer the question, but at the same time not wishing to appear rude. He isn't around anymore. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bring up bad memories. Emi just seemed a little sad when she mentioned him earlier. That's not surprising, considering. They were very close. I see. A beeping noise suddenly emanates from Miss Ibarazaki's pocket. Where's a pocket on that outfit? I don't see a pocket. I do not see a pocket on that outfit. Reaching into it, she pulls out a cell phone and looks at it. Honestly, text messages? What is he, 16? Hey! Text messaging is an easy way to respond to somebody. And if I don't feel like talking on the phone, I just text it back. I just fucking ignore with text. It's the best way to do it, man. If I don't feel like talking, I'll just text them. Just be like, yo, don't feel like talking. Let's text. Oh, nothing. I've got to meet up with a friend of mine. Will you tell Emi I'm very proud of her and that I'll call her later tonight? Of course. I'll admit that I zone out for a while. I almost don't notice that the relay's about to begin, but when I look I can't find Emi. Thought that Emi would be running the relay. She runs anchor. She won't be running for a while yet. Ah. Did you see it? Huh? Emi at her Emiest. Maybe. Maybe this time. The race begins and I cheer Emi's teammates along. Fuck! I'm skipping a lot because I pressed the wrong fucking button. I cheer Emi's teammates along as they pass the baton. Finally, I see Emi sprinting onto the track and take the final handoff. Once again, I'm taken aback by how graceful she looks when she runs. It really is beautiful. The look of determination and fearlessness on her face only adds to the picture. Emi at her Emiest, I suppose. But then, as she crosses the finish line, I see her stumble slightly. It's only barely, but it's a definite stumble. Rin inhales sharply and actually looks concerned for a second. Aw, Emi. Did she hurt herself, do you think? You noticed it too? It must be bad. She frowns as if deciding on the next course of action. Eventually that proves to be too tiresome as she shrugs again. Well, let's go down. Gotta crown the victor. See if you can find a laurel branch. Around here, it's gonna be a little tough. That's not going to be easy. Rin shrugs. At least we tried. Well, we didn't really try it all that hard. Or at all, but hey, whatever. Emi is surrounded by her teammates, all of them congratulating her on the run. Rin seems to be waiting for Emi to notice that she's arrived. Oh yeah, I guess she can't exactly wave Emi over. Then again, I'm not sure that Rin would do such a thing even if she had arms. It doesn't seem her style to draw attention to herself, or to emote beyond shrugging. Either way, I'm not willing to wait, so I wave to Emi, who looks up and grins happily at us. Hey, you showed up. Guess Rin owes me money, huh? We would have brought you a crown of laurels, but Hisao didn't find one. Hey, neither did you. It wasn't my job to look. When did we assign jobs? When I said, see if you can find a laurel branch. Try to keep up. I shrug, guess Rin's rubbing off on me. Seems it's my fault after all, Emi. Emi laughs at Rin and me. It's okay. I'm sure you'll make it up to me somehow. Sure. Good. So how'd I look? I stop myself from blurting out beautiful or amazing, and I settle for the substantially safer, very impressive. Emi seems pleased with this assessment. I don't mention how much more impressive her performance is given her lack of legs. I figure she knows that already. Besides, it seems like it would take away from her efforts somehow. Great to hear. I was worried that I looked a little slow on the relay, but I guess I did fine, huh? Actually, I noticed Rin kicks me to get from and keeps me from finishing my sentence. What was that all about? He noticed it at the end. That's no good. Guess the nurse will look at it for me later. There's a carelessness in her voice, as if it isn't a big deal, but I suddenly notice a slight twitch on her face, like she's trying to hide the fact that she's in pain. Then I notice her breathing is a little shallow, too. Guess she really is hurt. She must notice my concern, because she skips up to me and gives me a friendly pat on the shoulder. Oh, where's the hug? Come on. Hey, you look a little worried. I'm fine, really. Just sore from all the running is all. And come on, a little pain isn't going to stop me. Oh, no? Emi grins, and for a moment she looks like she did during her sprint, fierce and unconquerable. Or to put it another way, really beautiful. Hasn't yet. Well then, I guess I shouldn't worry, huh? Damn right. I'm Emi Barazaki, fastest thing on no legs. I don't stop for nothing. For anything. Impressive. Emi giggles, and then seems to remember something. Oh, before I forget, Rin and I are going to do something next Sunday as a post-track meet celebration. You should come along. Normally we do it the day after, but since the track meet was on a Sunday, I've got homework and class and all that stuff to take care of. Plus our morning run, of course. Right, of course. Oh, right, your mom wanted to say she's proud of you, and she'll call you later tonight. Thought I saw her in the stands. I'm glad she made it. Used to be my dad who showed up to my meets, but Mom's done a pretty good job of taking over. Emi shivers slightly, and I realize that she's still all sweaty. A breeze has started to blow, too. I'm not cold at all, and I've got my jacket with me. So without a word, I throw it around her shoulders. Amy jumps slightly and then grins at me. Hey, thanks. It's getting a little cold, I guess. Yeah, looked like it. Just as I begin to wonder whether or not giving Emmy my jacket could be taken the wrong way, a boy in a track uniform approaches. Hey, Emmy, you're going to miss the medal ceremony. Oh yeah, thanks. She turns to Rin and myself. You don't have to stick around for this part. It takes forever. Besides, you should get cracking on your homework now if you don't want to be up late, Hisao. Morning run tomorrow, don't forget. How could I? Good point. I mean, spending time with me, after all. With this, she waves quickly and dashes off to receive her medals, or whatever they pass off as a medal these days. Rin and I... Oh, shit. Hold on. Dogs are barking. Gotta pause it. Okay. Rin and I head away from the track, Rin remaining deep in whatever thoughts she has for most of the walk back to the dorm, or her dorm. As I see her off, she speaks up. You're probably not getting that coat back, I think. I'm sure I'll get it back eventually. Interesting. Take it as it comes, huh? Very Emmy-ish. With this odd statement, she turns and heads into the building. Honestly, was it that big of a deal? Emmy was cold and, unless I'm mistaken, in pain. Giving her a solution to at least one of those problems seemed like an obvious reaction. Though I guess there was a chance I could lose my jacket if Emmy never remembers to return it. I guess Rin has a point. Still, I can't bring myself to muster much worry over the whole thing. After all, it's been getting warmer lately. I don't need a jacket. Odd. I think I used to be a little more responsible with my stuff. Emmy-ish, huh? Maybe that's not really a bad thing. Ugh. That was another chapter. We're doing good. We're doing good. We're doing good. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. You haven't been forgetting to take your medicine, have you? I'm catching a little murmur. You should take it easy for a few days. The nurse's words hurt me far more than the exhaustion of the morning run ever could. Take it easy for a few days? I knew I should have kept quiet. Keep my eyes on the floor, feeling like a complete idiot. Of course, I hadn't been remembering to take my medicine. I've been rushing out of my room to get to the track before Emmy. After the track meet a few days ago, I felt inspired. So I've been running warm-up laps in the morning before Emmy shows up. But then today, while she and I were running, I felt a little pain in my chest. It was only slight, and it was only for a second, so I mentioned it to the nurse. Honestly, it wasn't that bad. I mean, I kept running and finished just fine, so really, it couldn't have been that bad. Why do I feel like I'm making excuses to the nurse? Moreover, why do I feel a need to justify continuing to run despite the pain? Really, it comes down to me being unwilling to concern Emmy, who seemed concerned anyway. I'm not sure how she was able to tell there was anything wrong, but she claims I stumbled a little. She's the one who insisted I tell the nurse, so now I feel bad for worrying her at all. The nurse is shaking his head ruefully while Emmy paces outside the room. Misao, I know it's difficult for you to get into a new routine, but if you don't want to find yourself in a lot of trouble, you're going to have to try harder. You can't afford to forget your pills, and you can't push yourself too hard. But if I don't push myself, how will I improve? I don't know where that came from. The nurse seems to have an idea. Now, where have I heard that before? He laughs and pats me on the shoulder. Ha! She's rubbing off on you, I guess. His expression changes again, and he's back in serious mode. Look, I'm not saying you shouldn't push yourself, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't be taking your medication, and it doesn't mean you shouldn't stop if your chest it starts bothering you. I prefer to not have any fatalities while I'm on staff here. A bit of a lofty goal, to be sure. I'm always up for a challenge. I hate to admit it, but I think he's right. I've got to remember to take my medication. You're right. Sorry to worry you. Who's worried? You're a smart kid, right? I know you can be responsible, Isao. Situation like yours, you've got to learn to be responsible fast. I know. Stop scolding me, you... Go play with your brother Geen from Bleach. Go. Shoo! Stop being a nurse. Go play with Geen. And Eisen. Eisen. His expression suddenly becomes devious. Suppose you've started to enjoy your runs with Emi then, eh? Yeah, they've really been helping me. I mean, until today I was feeling a lot more healthy. Plus, it's really impressive to see Emi run. Did you see her at the track meet? She was incredible. The nurse nods, grinning all the while. That she was, Hisao. I watched her the first couple of races before I had some business to take care of, but she told me all about it. It kind of her to loan you her coat. Kind of you to loan her your coat, by the way. Huh? Oh yeah, it wasn't that big of a deal. I had honestly forgotten all about that. Still haven't gotten it back. The nurse gets a smile that makes me feel like he's just made a joke. Not to you, but Emi certainly appreciated it. And I know she appreciates your running with her in the mornings. This one catches me off guard a little. Sure, she mentioned that it's easier to keep it to a schedule with an extra person, but I didn't think that I was doing her a favor at all. Thought she was doing me a favor of helping me follow the doctor's orders. She tries harder when you're around. If there's someone else running with her, she's going to push herself more. And she tries even harder when you're around because, well, it's you. The hell does that mean? I don't say heck. Heck is a pussy way of saying hell. Oh, you'd love to know, wouldn't you? Yes, I would actually, so tell me. What would it take to make you tell me? What if Benjamin Franklin wanted you to tell me? Hmm? What if he wanted to make a little exchange, eh? He laughs in a style of evil megalomaniacs. No, seriously, it's because you're her friend. If Rin ran with her, I'm sure she'd do the same. Well, probably. But that's not the point. The point is you're helping her, even if you don't know you are. And she's grateful for that, even if she never says it. What do you mean, even if she never says it? Amy doesn't talk a lot, but she and I have known each other for long enough that I can read her most of the time. I'll admit it, I have no idea what he's talking about. Amy always seems pretty talkative to me. I see. The nurse suddenly realizes that he's been rambling and stops talking, looking a little embarrassed. Anyway, you don't have to stop your morning exercise. Just walk the track instead of running for a few days. Let things calm down. And take your damn medicine. I laugh as I exit the office, bumping straight into Emmy. Whoops, sorry about that. Are you okay? What did the nurse say? Do you need to go to a hospital? Oh my gosh, it was my fault, wasn't it? I've been pushing you too hard, haven't I? I'm a horrible person. Her words pour forth like a torrent. She's really agitated. Didn't expect her to be this concerned about me, to be honest. Gotta calm her down. But how the hell do I do that? I do the only thing I can think of. Give her a hug. Emmy tenses up slightly, so I pat her head in what I hope is a reassuring manner. Hey, settle down. I'm fine, okay? No worries. I can feel Emmy's body relax as I continue to assure her I'm fine. Her arms wrap around me as if she's trying to confirm that I'm not about to fall over dead. Catch a whiff of her hair. It smells like sweat, or how adrenaline should smell. It's a scent of activity. And a hint of strawberries from her shampoo, I suspect. I just need to remember to take my medicine, that's all. Don't worry about it. It's not your fault. You sure? Her voice is muffled, mostly because of the moment. At the moment, her face is pressed into my chest. Yeah, I'm sure. I just need to take it a little easy for the next few days. It suddenly occurs to me how close the two of us are. It also occurs to me how nice being this close feels. I can feel Emmy's heartbeat calming down, and I have to resist the urge to rest my chin on the top of her head. Thank goodness. You really had me worried there, Hisao. Emmy, you're going to come in. Emmy, you going to come in here anytime soon? Oh, I'm sorry. Was I interrupting? The two of us spring apart as if the other just caught on fire. Amy brushes her hair back nervously and laughs. Course not. I'll see you later, okay? Oh, and Hasao? Hmm? Take your damn medicine. This last phrase is punctuated by a punch to the shoulder. Yeah, I'll remember. See you later. The nurse smiles again, like he's in on some joke I don't know about, and waves it to me as I head for my room, feeling a burning in my cheeks. You are blushing. I need a shower. Cold one. If the thoughts running through my head now are any indication. She was really soft. My pills are waiting for me when I make it to my room. Swallow them without a second thought. I don't know why I didn't think of waiting until after the runs to take them. For some reason, I figured it was when I woke up or not at all. But no, they only need to be taken every 24 hours. The exact time of day doesn't factor into it. My thoughts drift back to the hug in the hallway. It's weird. You'd expect someone to smell foul after a run, but for some reason, Emmy smelled right. That tinge of sweat just seemed to fit her. I really need that shower. He's like, damn, I smell like shit. He's like, god damn, gotta take a shower. Strange that it feels so natural for me to go up to the roof these days. Never would have done such a thing at my old school. In those days, I liked to eat alone. No, that's not quite true. Though I liked to sit alone. I always liked to watch people. I always figured that that was the sort of person I was, but it appears I was wrong. Then I also thought I was the sort of person who had a normal heart, so there you have it. I don't know myself that well. Now I'm on the roof so that I can have lunch with a couple of people. And they are both girls, which is even stranger. Oddly enough, I feel closer to Emmy and Rin than I felt to anyone at my old school. Somehow I get the feeling they'd at least visit me if I wound up in the hospital. I focus on the view from the roof, banishing such thoughts from my mind, or head. There's a light breeze blowing and the sun is shining high in the sky. The sky itself is deep blue, with hardly a cloud in it. You are fucking lying, I see plenty of clouds. It's gotten pleasantly warm, and as I sit down and wait for my friends, I close my eyes and enjoy the feeling of the sun seeping into my skin, and then fall asleep. Voice isn't intrude upon the edge of hearing. Seems to have fallen asleep on us, Rin. Maybe he's faking to lull us into a false sense of security. Why would he do that? No idea. Still, you make a good point. We should kick him or something to make sure he's really asleep. Oh, what? Hello. Emmy looms over me like only a short girl can, peering at me intently. Oh, you're awake. I guess we don't have to kick you then. Was it part of your master plan? What are you talking about? Emmy shrugs, her twin tails bouncing with the motion. I'm not sure either. You must be pretty tired to fall asleep out here. Although it's pretty comfortable, I suppose. Emmy plops down next to me and begins to eat. Rin sits opposite from the two of us, a move which only makes me more aware of the girl sitting next to me. If I didn't know any better, I'd swear Rin did it on purpose. I'd concentrate on my food, trying to tune out the majority of the conversation that Rin and Emmy are having. Despite my best efforts, however, I still find myself glancing over at Emmy whenever she speaks. I notice how she purses her lips when she's thinking about something, squinting slightly as if that would improve her thinking ability. Rin says something that makes Emmy laugh, and I notice perhaps for the first time how she laughs with her whole body, rocking back and forth, head thrown back, almost like she's about to fall over. Probably look like a creep. It's about this time that I realize Emmy's looking at me, her voice raised slightly, so she'd probably just ask me a question. Sorry, I kind of zoned out for a moment there. Emmy rolls her eyes, while a slight quirk of an eyebrow is the only sign that Rin's even paying attention. I said, did you get your career survey in your class too? You know, one of those, what do you want to do after high school things? I don't think so. Maybe we'll get one tomorrow. What are you going to put down? That's a really good question. I guess I've always figured I'd go to college after high school, but I have no idea what I'd do once I get there, or got there. And with the heart attack and all, I'd really been concentrating on each day as it came rather than making long-term plans. Suppose I can safely start planning ahead again. I've always liked having it at least a vague plan for my future, so it'll be nice to come up with one again. Of course, that doesn't change the fact that right now I've got absolutely no clue. I've always kind of assumed I'd figure it out in college. That or just become a salaryman. That's pretty popular. But do I really want to? That's a tough question. Guess I don't really want to do anything. You don't sound very excited about that one, do you? She laughs as she says this, and I'm caught up in her laugh again. It's so girlish, high and giggly, pardon the cliche, like a babbling brook. It bubbles out of her, starting in her belly and working its way up to her throat. I can't help but laugh myself. It's infectious. Yeah, I guess I'm pretty unhappy with the salaryman idea. But to be honest, I haven't given much thought of the future recently. I suppose that these days I've been more concerned with living one day at a time. Emi considers this for a moment and grins. That's a pretty good idea, Sal. I just wrote down pirate. I'm momentarily stunned, then I start laughing. I stop myself and manage to gasp out a question. She wants to be a pirate. Yar, a pirate, a goblin, and a priest walk into a bar. A goblin. I know I'm getting to the parts with the goblin. No, Captain. There be goblins. Surprise! Shiver me timbers. She's going to be the scourge of the seven seas. I stopped myself and managed to gasp out a question. You're not actually serious, are you? Emi looks mock offended. Well, I've got the legs for it already, so I just kind of figured. Even Rin seems amused by this. Just you wait, I'll be the terror of the high seas. I'll show you all. Have you even been working on my pirate voice? She suddenly springs up and begins swaggering up and down the rooftop shouting orders. Yar, me hearties, give 'em a broadside with the long guns. We'll wear their guts for garters. Do you even know what that means? Rin's unexpected interruption stops Emi in her tracks. Not really. But it's all in the delivery. The ringing of the bell prevents her from demonstrating her point further. Emi dashes off immediately, leaving Rin and myself alone on the roof. Rin stares at me intently for a few moments. No, Rin, no! Not like this. Is there something wrong? Rin considers this question closely for a moment. After a lengthy pause, she shakes her head. Nope. Oh, why the staring then? Rin shakes her head again. Nope, I don't get it. Get what? The staring thing. You two seem to, but I don't. Great, she saw me staring. Now she probably thinks I'm a pervert or something. Actually, probably not. This is Rin we're talking about after all. Still, I feel the need to defend myself. I wasn't staring. I was just tired. Rin actually snorts at this, but she doesn't say anything. No, really. I was just distracted is all. Eager to end this conversation, I head back down to class. Oh, God. Great. It's silent and deaf and big tits and annoying. I'm greeted by the twin specters of Shizune and Misha, looking like they mean business. Well, Shizune looks like she means business anyway. Misha just looks like she's about to start laughing at any minute. Up on the roof again, he chatted. God, I completely forgot about that. The He-Chan thing. You know that's dangerous, don't you? That's right. The school cannot be held responsible for any injury that comes from being up there, you know. Furthermore, we could report you for breaking the rules. Misha leans in and whispers conspiratorially. But we don't, He-Chan. You three are too cute together. She straightens up again, laughing at my sudden blush. I'm not imitating her laughter, ever. You're too easy to tease, He-Chan. Well, do I have to go over this again? This is the fourth time I've had to go over this with 3 people individually, and 1 person, and like 4 people during a Skype call, and now I have to fucking point this out for the viewers too. With your body, yes, it is easy to tease someone. Durr. Look at you. Have you looked in the mirror lately, Misha? Of course it's easy for you to tease someone. In both ways. You could tease someone sexually easily, and you could tease somebody in the normal way easily because of the way you look and the way you speak. You not so much. You're just kind of there. Hey, come on. I'm still new here, sort of. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that last comment. It's just I don't like Shizune. I don't. She's too bossy and she's not laid back enough. I don't like people who aren't laid back. I mean, I like Misha just because she's kind of, like carefree and high-spirited. I like people like that. Because I think, they found they know something that nobody else does. But anyway, isn't it mean to pick on the newcomer like this? Nope. It's to help you get acclimated to your new surroundings. Oh, not this again. Ah, I see. Well, do you have to be so overzealous about it? Yep. Ah, that aside, He-Chan, we were looking for you this morning, but you weren't in your room. Why were you showing up at my room? I have no time in the mornings for a threesome, Misha and Shizune. No. Of course I wasn't. I was out on my morning exercise, or here in class, bright and early. Unlike you. Shizune looks peeved, and a beat later, so does Misha, or she tries to at any rate. You know what? Fuck you both. You can go both die in a ditch, okay? Going to die in a ditch near some highway in plastic bags. Actually, better yet, you know what? You know what I'm going to do to both of you? I'm going to sneak into your rooms, fucking sedate you both, then put you both in, like, plastic bags, like bagging, and then I'm going to tie cinder blocks to those bags, and I'm going to drop you both in the fucking ocean. Yes, that's what I'm going to do to both of you. Well, maybe not Misha. I'll probably just torture the shit out of her. I'll probably just leave her strapped to a chair, making her fucking watch lesbian videos since she's a lesbian, so she could see what she's failing at achieving. Since she only wants Shizune and Shizune don't want her. That was because of student council business. You should be grateful that we work so hard for you. You know, fuck you both. Student council don't mean shit. Oh, I am. Bullshit. I'm sorry. So what do you need me for? Not another attempt to rope me in to do their dirty work, I hope. We had to give you something, but since you weren't around, we dropped it off in your room. Something like what? Oh, you'll find out when you get back, He-Chan. God, I hate reading the dialogue for these classrooms. I just want to read the dialogue for, when the characters are with each other, because it's more fun. That, and I don't like Matao. I mean, he's cool and all, but I just don't like how he's expressionless. Like, they say his expressions change, but he never changes the way he looks. Matao entering the room ends our conversation, and we all head to our seats. God damn it, where's this hair keep getting on my mic? It's only after I've settled down at my desk and the teacher started talking about something or other that something odd strikes me. What did Rin mean you two seem to? Was Emi staring at something too? For a brief moment, I considered the possibility that Emi was staring at me the way I was staring at her. Of course, that's ridiculous. Still, I can't deny that I wouldn't mind it if it were true. But it's best not to think of that. No need to get my hopes up. Come to think of it, when did I start having hopes like that anyway? I shake my head in an attempt to clear it and focus on the lesson. After class, I make my way to my room. Matao really piled on the homework today. God damn it. That just ruined my day. You showing up just ruined my fucking day, Kenji. Before I can open my door, however, I'm suddenly intercepted by Kenji, who just exploded out of his own room in a flurry of papers. Hey, we need to talk. These rooftop shenanigans of yours, man, they've got to stop. I would hit him in the face. I would just be like, dude, grow the fuck up. There is no feminist conspiracy. You're out of your mind. Grow up. It's not happening. Everything that you experienced with that girl was normal, natural, and by no means a fucking how do you even come to that conclusion that women were evil just because you passed out ever after having sex with a girl? For first timers and probably a couple times after that, that's probably normal, most likely. And what do you think she did? Do you think she just like poured some fucking like drug into her fucking vag, and then got on top of you, and then let the drug seep onto you, making you fucking exhausted and tired, and then she rummaged through your shit or something? Like, grow the fuck up, dude. What? You're running around on the rooftop with these limbless wonders. They're women, man. You'll get yourself killed running around like that. I don't follow. Kenji sighs and adjusts his glasses before what could be understood as an attempt at explaining himself patiently. Look, we're friends, so I'm telling you this for your own good. We're not friends, we're more like bad acquaintances. An acquaintance that I would have preferred to never have. Like, if you were a little bit cooler, and didn't have this conspiracy bullshit, we could have a good time. We could go get high, we could go fucking drink, and then we could go fucking party and get women, okay? But no, you don't want to do that because you like the dick. You like big, chubby men sitting on your face. But if I were going to kill someone, I'd do it by throwing them off the roof and making it look like an accident. Like you did to me in your story. You fucking went all homo and made me fall off the fucking roof. Because you were drunk and looking to molest me. Well, not molest, but rape. You had the fucking rape face on. The pedo bear shit. And if I've thought of it, you can be sure they've thought of it too. They're crafty, almost as crafty as I am. I see. Good. Actually, neither of them could probably think of a way to kill Hisao even if they tried. Because, for one, Rin would get too distracted by something else that she's thinking of, and Emi would probably forget all about it. I'm glad we had this chat. Loan me 500 yen. Fuck you. I'm sorry. I need to get a drink, man. I've been inside all day and the tap water's been compromised, as I'm sure you know. So I need to stock up on something canned, got it? But to do that, I need 500 yen. And since I've just saved your life with my timely advice, you can at least spare me 500 yen. You know, if it'll make him go away, 500 yen is a bargain. I hand the money over to Kenji, who nods in thanks and dashes off down the hallway, but not before he locks his door. Excuse me. What an exhausting person. I'd better go in case he changes his mind. As I close the door, my heel taps against something lying on the floor. It's a brightly colored Yep. I'll see you guys after I skip all this shit, because we've read it so many fucking times already. Okay, we're back. I crumple up the sheet of paper and toss it across the room. My aim is off, so the letter rolls under my nightstand instead of going into the wastebasket. That was an apology for abandoning me, except I don't know that I really needed it anymore at this point. The hospital seems like a lifetime ago, and here now I've got other things on my mind. Emi, for starters. Yeah, fuck you, Iwanako. You fucking abandoned my ass for some other dude. You're probably getting gangbanged right now by like 4 dudes. You're probably sleeping around. And you know what? There's better women here. So fuck you and fuck your life. I hope you get an STD. It wasn't great to be abandoned during my stay, but it's not something I'm worried about anymore. In fact, I hadn't even thought about the hospital in what feels like forever until this letter came in. It's almost annoying to have received it. I've got exams to study for myself. I have no time for the past. Now, about that homework. So what's the plan for today, anyway? I'm patiently waiting in the hallway of the girls' dormitory just outside of Emi and Rin's rooms. Emi is apparently helping Rin with getting dressed. I suppose that makes perfect sense, so I have no idea how Rin would get dressed otherwise. Picnic. Picnic? That's what I said. Sounds pretty exciting. I know, right? Rin chooses this moment to make an observation. The sky seems threatening today. Actually, I noticed that too on my way over. Despite the sunshine of the early morning, the afternoon seems to have taken a turn for the gloomy. There's a heaviness in the air as well that usually heralds a rainstorm. I wonder if I should have brought my umbrella. She's got a point. Emi, you sure that you still want to risk getting caught in the rain? I don't even know why I bothered asking. Emi pops out of Rin's room into the hallway looking shocked that I'd even suggest canceling our plans. Of course! Of course! What, the threat of rain's supposed to stop me? I can't help but grin at her belligerent response. It's almost like she's daring the rain to come. If Mother Nature were walking down the street, I think Emi would probably start a fight with her. Or at least challenge her to a race. In fact, Emi seems almost aggressively cheerful today. Rin wanders out into the hallway looking her usual self. Well then, are we all ready to go? I'm ready. Rin nods and says a single word. Basket. Beg pardon? The basket in Emi's room. You should carry it. Emi claps a hand to her mouth, embarrassed. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot all about it. Nice save, Rin. Emi darts into her room and emerges with what looks like a very well-stocked picnic basket. As she hands it over to me, I note that it feels heavy enough to be 1-2. Good lord. How much food did she pack? More to the point, where'd she get the money for all of this? So we are set to head out? Yep. Rin gives another nod and we head out of the dormitory. Can't help but frown when I notice how gray the sky's gotten in the 10 minutes I was inside. Still, Emmy does not seem concerned by such petty concerns as the color of the sky. She is positively skipping as we walk. Which reminds me, where are we going? This brings Emmy up short and she shoots me an embarrassed look. You know, I hadn't really thought of that. What do you think, Hisao? Well, there's a spot where we ate during the festival, but it might be nice to leave the campus for a while. However, I'm not sure if there's any good places to do that in town. Just as I'm about to open my mouth, Rin unexpectedly interjects with a suggestion. There's a park in town near the art shop. Great idea, Rin. I totally forgot all about that place. Crisis averted. Do you know how to get there, Rin? Rin shrugs. It's pretty likely. Good enough for me. I would prefer knowing for sure, but what the hell. Lead on, Rin. Three of us quickly make our way off campus and take the road down into town. The basket's a bit heavy. I hope the park is close by. Looks like a long-ass walk to town, bro. Don't count on it. We pass the art supply store, Rin slowing her pace slightly as we go by. Amy notices Rin's change of pace and stops. You want to go in, Rin? Rin shrugs. Nothing I need. Are you sure? There's the slightest flutter of a smile on Rin's face, quickly replaced with her usual expression. Life's uncertain, but on this at least I am pretty sure. Nice of you to offer. Well, it's not like I'm the one carrying the basket. But I'll bet Hisao wouldn't have minded anyway, right? Oh, of course not. This is hardly a heavy load. I flex for emphasis. Ugh! You're fucking buff! Ugh! Actually, he's not really that buff. He's stocked. And how do I know, you ask? I've read the story enough. I've seen him without a shirt plenty of times. He's got a big ass fucking scar on his chest and he's like moderately stocked. He's not like buff or anything. He's like average body weight. Emmy stifles a snort of laughter by pointing to the park at which we've suddenly arrived. Oh, I remember this place. I ran into here that one time, didn't I, Rin? Rin's eyebrow raises slightly. Maybe. I'm unwilling to say for certain one way or the other. Memory's a tricky thing, you know. Well, for you, yeah, because you can only remember 4 things at a time. Well, I'll be. We made it in one piece after all. That's why I like this story, man. I can relate to a lot of the characters. Like Rin, I have a fucking terrible memory, just like her. Like, I can only remember like 2-3 things at a time. And Hanako, well, I used to be shy when I was younger. Really fucking shy. Shizune, I used to be like in this phase where I wanted to be the boss all the time. Emmy, well, I'm doing that right now. I exercise a lot. I walk to work, which is about 2, 3, maybe 4 mile walk. Let's see, who else? Misha, I don't really relate to her. I've never been like that high spirited and bubbly and shit. Kenji, just the way he talks. Just the way he talks. Not the conspiracy type shit. Just the way he talks. Like, you know, saying, yeah, man, and shit like that. And bro and all that. Yeah, I talk like that. So, yeah. Sun's still nowhere to be seen, but neither Emmy nor Rin seem to mind. Picnic. We find a spot to sit on the grass, and I set the basket down gratefully. There's a surprising amount of food prepared. Doesn't really look like it. It looks like a really small fucking basket. Maybe we were supposed to be joined by some of Emmy's teammates or something? I'm starving. Dig in. She attacks the food as if she'd had nothing to eat for years. And then it fucking starts raining. her face is like, what the fuck? Rin's just like, same facial expression, and it sounds like, motherfucker. How dare you ruin my day. I'm just reaching for the food myself when I feel the first drop of rain land on the back of my hand. Uh-oh. Looks like the weather's not going to cooperate with us after all. Emi glares at the sky as if that alone will hold back the rain. I very nearly believe she can do it. It's one heck of a glare. It better cooperate. You hear me, Sky? You stop that raining this instant. Sky doesn't seem inclined to listen to her, despite the commanding tone she's taken with it. Instead, the rain seems to increase. Rin wrinkles her nose in distaste at this point, at this turn of events. Regrettable. What do you mean? Rin shrugs. I could paint this if I weren't out here. Shame to miss it is all. She doesn't seem angry or annoyed about it, just a little disappointed. Emi laughs in response to Rin's comment. Guess we should have stopped in that art supply store after all, huh? The rain increases a little more, offended that we haven't fled yet. Despite the warm temperatures we've been enjoying, the rain is rather cold. I wish I had brought my umbrella. Hey, we should probably head inside to keep dry. We're already pretty wet, Hasao. Nice innuendo. Yeah, but we can dry off this way and maybe wait out the storm. You don't want to catch a cold or anything, do you? Emi considers this for a moment. I can tell that part of her wants to stay out in the rain just to spite the weather. Unfortunately for her, the weather hardly cares about what we do. I suppose you're right. Gonna stop the video here and start another one because I want to get to the important part. Peace.